Charlani here. Thanks for popping in today. So I've been playing with different bread recipes. I've been trying new techniques and doing some fun things with bread dough. So when I came across this idea on the Gem the Colors IG, I wanted to try it out with my favorite recipe. So hers are they're sourdough and they're like big loaves, whereas mine are gonna be artisan bread and much smaller. My recipe is super simple. It's just flour, water, yeast, and kosher salt. I recently shared a video playing around with this dough recipe. I'll link it down below for you. I'll also share the ingredients in the description box as well. I tell you what, social media can be an awesome place to find amazing people who share literally all of the things. And I've shared on my channel before the bread book by Francois, the Artisan Bread in 5 Minutes a Day. I'll go ahead and link that for you too. But it's a great Christmas or holiday gift if you have a friend or family baker. There are so many ways to use this master recipe, and then lots of different tweaks and flour modifications as needed. And you guys know that I am all about doing things as quickly and as efficiently as possible. And I love that you can store this dough in the fridge for up to 2 weeks. And honestly, the longer it sits in the fridge, the more flavor it has. So winning all the way around. And if you're a new baker, you can check out Francois' Instagram. It's Zoe Bakes, and her IGTV is so helpful. I've learned so much from her. And fun fact, she has a Magnolia Network show as well. All right, we've been sitting and resting and rising, and it looks about right. It has quadrupled in size, and it looks and smells amazing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get all of the little balls formed, and then I'm going to put them in here. I'm going to play around with this. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to go. I got to dry them off for sure. But I also have, let's see, here we go. This, and I'm gonna sprinkle flour, and I'm gonna see if I'm gonna be able to get it to stick. I'm also thinking that I might just put a lot of flour on the other side of the dough so that it'll come out of here easier. But we'll see. I'm not exactly sure how this is gonna work, so let's just go for it and see how it goes. I found these espresso cups at HomeGoods, and I thought that these would be the perfect, number one, shape and size for the rolls. So I'm putting flour around the sides, and I was hoping it was just going to stick, but clearly it was not. And this is me going, how am I going to fix this problem? Because you want the dough, after it does its second rise, you want them to be able to fall out of the cups really easily. So I ended up grabbing the vegetable oil. I put some on a paper towel, and then I just went into each cup and just made sure that I had a nice coating around it. And then I put the flour right onto the vegetable oil, and this worked. It was perfect. This is a super wet and sticky dough, so you'll see here that I actually get a lot on my fingers. Even though I'm using a ton of flour, I floured my hands really well, it's still gonna get onto your fingers, but that's okay. That's just part of the fun of playing with this specific or this particular dough because it is very wet, but you just got to use flour, and I'm telling you, it is worth the extra struggle because it is so yummy. And what I'm doing here is I'm just folding the outsides in. I'm just kind of pulling because you want kind of like a shell on that back side, and then I'm just rolling it down with my hands and making a ball. And then when you put it in the espresso cup, you just want to make sure that this is the top part. You want to make sure that that is down at the bottom of the cup. And into the fridge they go overnight, and we will revisit these bad boys tomorrow. All right, guys, it has been 24 hours, and I will tell you that these have risen way more than I had expected to. So next time, my thought is I would make the balls of dough maybe half the size, maybe even 3/4, but smells amazing. And yeah, I'm happy with how much they've risen for sure. So this is what we've got to work with. We'll see how it goes. Now, what I'm also gonna do is I've got some vegetable oil. I've got a little bowl here, and I'm gonna actually cut the string that I'm gonna use to tie around each of these so that it makes the shape of a pumpkin. Now, last time I did this, I did kind of like a trial run. Some of the fibers of this twine, and this is cooking twine. This isn't baking twine. This is made to be put into an oven, but the fibers, they were like cotton fibers on the actual bread. I'll do a little screenshot if I can find a picture of it, because I did post it on my social media, and I was like, help, how does this not happen? And several people suggested using vegetable oil in a bowl and just soak the string in it. So we're gonna try it, we'll see how it goes, and hopefully that will fix the problem. I've already got my Dutch oven preheating in the oven. We're at 500 degrees. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 3 and just see how it goes. I'm gonna see if I can fit 3 in there. You know what? Maybe I'll just do 2 to start with. Yeah, let's do 2, and then we'll just kind of go from there. So I'm gonna get my parchment paper out. I'm gonna lay out my string, and then I'm going to just round these dough balls out. Hopefully they come out of this fairly easily. Really hoping they do. I'm just using my fingers to wring out any of the excess vegetable oil. I do try in just a bit to leave a little extra on just to see if that made any difference, so stay tuned. I'm using 3 pieces of string for each roll, and that'll give me the 6 sides that I'm looking for. Now, it did stick to the cups just a little bit, but it was totally okay. So I just went ahead and I just reformed the ball a little bit. But yeah, these cups actually worked really, really well. I was very happy with how it all came out. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, I have to score the outside, but I think before I do that, no, I'm gonna go ahead and score it now. I decided to just keep it super simple. The sides, or the area that I had to work with, was so small that I ended up just doing slash marks here and there, and then I would do like 1 slash mark every other one. So it kind of gave it a little bit more dimension, but I think they came out super, super cute. And you do want to score your bread, even though these are rolls, and scoring is just shallow marks on the bread, which allows gas to escape without destroying the shape and the structure of your bread or your rolls. Okay, so I've set the timer. I'm totally winging this because there's no like specific recipe for, well, how to bake this, like no instructions or directions on how to bake this recipe in these little pumpkin shapes. So I am just doing 10 minutes at 500. I'm gonna pop that lid off and we'll just kind of see where I'm at from there. So I'm excited. I feel like the process of this was super simple, so I kind of did like assembly line and just got the rest of the rolls formed out. I was talking to my sister on the phone while I was doing this, so this is a good thing that you're able to multitask as you cook and bake. I was super impatient and I wanted to see how they were shaping up. And oh, I was so excited. They are absolutely gorgeous. I ended up doing 500 degrees here in the cast iron, covered for about 20 minutes. And when you see, as I'll show you here in just a second, but the bottoms were a little bit over dark for me. I wouldn't say they're burnt, but they were a little bit over dark for me. So definitely going to consider that next time I put them in the cast iron. But they look beautiful, they smell amazing, and I was really, really happy with how this came out. So you can see that the bottom was a little bit darker than I liked, but the top is absolutely amazing. And there is still a little bit of fuzz there on the top, but it was so much better than it was the first time I did it. So having the oil on the baking thread definitely helped for sure. And next time, if I want to bake in my cast iron, I will definitely either lower the temperature or lower the bake time. Either one would probably cure the issue of having burnt bottoms, because nobody wants a burnt bottom. So I've taken these guys and I put them right there on the actual pizza stone. I'm a little concerned. I probably should have cleaned that off, but I did not. So what I am gonna do is the next batch, so here, I'll leave those in there for a second, but oh, do they not look absolutely beautiful? So good. So here's what I've done. I've already made these, I've already sliced them and scored them up, and then here is, you can kind of see there's like oil on here. This has extra oil. I did see a fuzz spot right here. See if it'll focus in there. Anyways, there's a little bit of fuzz right in here. So I added extra oil onto these two, and we'll see if that helps at all. I don't know, but honestly it's really not that bad. And how cute are these? I absolutely love it. So the next batch I'm just gonna put in, I'm just gonna put the parchment paper right on the baking stone. I'm not going to use the Dutch oven. We did cut one open. Can we show the inside? My goodness, so good. Okay. So good. And it is it's hard on the outside. You can hear the shell or the crust. And then the inside, the crumb is nice and soft. So good. So if you could see in there, that water is boiling, and that's just going to give our bread a really crispy crust, which we really like. So that is going to be, I think, the way to go, because number one, I can make more at one time and they still look gorgeous. And I'm going in just to check the bottoms and make sure, oh yeah, we're good. All right, we've got a lot of background noise in our house right now. I'm hoping you're gonna be able to hear me and not too much of the background, but these are the ones that I put extra of the vegetable oil on these, and I didn't I was kind of pulling them and squeezing out excess oil. These, I just left the oil on there. So we will see if, oh, it's definitely a different texture. When I'm cutting through it, it feels a lot different for sure. And let's see when we pull it off. Now, it honestly, we ate that other one just a bit ago. We could not wait. And yep, that definitely helps. But there, even if there is a little bit of fuzz, oh, there's a little bit right there. Oh, it seems to be coming off. You can see it seems to be coming off with it. So this is good. So a little extra oil is fine, but like Rob and I decided, honestly, it's okay if there is a little bit of fuzz on these. You can't even tell. But I am going to be on the lookout. If you guys try this ever and you figure out a way to not, or you maybe use something different. I've heard some people use dental floss, but I don't know if that's like food grade quality, like I don't know. So don't quote me on that. But if you try something and it works and your rolls still taste really good, let me know. I am all ears, but I love the way that these came out. The other thing is, and just to show you, so these did not have a lot of flour on them before I scored them. Obviously, you can kind of tell that. And then some of the oil from the string definitely affected how these browned up. Still really good, but I don't know. We'll have to cut into this and see also how it kind of tastes and looks on the inside, but I think they'll be fine. You can see that this one had a lot of flour before I scored it, so this looks absolutely beautiful. Love it. So I think this project, absolute success. Obviously you can see that I put the cinnamon sticks in there for stems, and I'll do the same for these. And I just cut up one of the cinnamon sticks. You probably saw me do that, and you just need little pieces to get it right in there. Easy peasy, and there you go. You got your pumpkin rolls. So good. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you've not subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you did. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.